Don't be shy. Right there.
Will It Knows Me be on the set list tonight?
Ooh. Should it be a surprise or not?
No, I will cry.
It is.
Let's go.
It is.
I'm excited.
It is here. Yes.
What was your inspiration for My Queen?
A deep love. A deep love. That's what I'll say.
A lot to say, but big fan, and I appreciate your openness for balancing your mental health, personal life, career. Can you talk a little? I know you've been open about like anxiety in the past. Has that played a part in your current tour, current album, kind of where you are right now?
Yeah, I think that when I was younger, I struggled with a lot of anxiety. And as I got older, I was able to beat that. It still comes back sometimes to haunt me, but when I got older, it was more of a depression thing.
Yeah.
And so for me, I knew that I needed to make a lot of changes in my life. And so I started making those changes. And, the way that that's affected the tour, like for instance, I'm going out for like 3 weeks at a time, as opposed to 3 months or 6 months or the whole year, that for me helps my mental health. It helps me as a human to be able to go back to the forest or the mountains or the desert or wherever it is to recharge, be on my own, and do my thing. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Back there. Mm-hmm.
So segue with the nature aspect, I know that nature is important to you. Is there a part of nature or a specific place that helped you the most creatively in your current projects?
That's what I was.
I would say the place that has helped me the most recently is my home. So I live like about 40 minutes away from Nashville, and I live in the forest in a cabin, and that has been the best thing for me. Just the birds and the raccoons and the deer
Yeah.
and the crickets and the frogs. Man, I'll tell you, if you want something to help your mental health, get out there. So that's what I'd say right now. Before it was, Sequoia National Park, the Mojave Desert, those areas out there in California. But now that I'm in Tennessee, I have my own spot. It's pretty awesome. Right there. Yep. Yep.
Sorry. You've been away from PTX for a while, and I love everything you've done since you left the group.
Thank
But
you.
initially, it's kind of a twofold question. How have you noticed your writing process change since you are no longer writing with the group? You're writing more on your own and individual collaborations in that amount of time since you've been gone. And the second part of that is how did the collaborations with Joy Williams come about?
Okay, so the first part of the question, the biggest difference is full creative control. That is amazing. Train agrees.
He does agree.
Train agrees. He said, heck yeah. Yeah, so that's been amazing. And then as for Joy Williams, because I do some co-writing, but even that, that is, I still have full creative control. Like if I write a song with somebody and it doesn't feel like me, I'm not going to release it. The song that I wrote with Joy felt amazing. And, those melodies came out of me, those chords came out of me, and, we obviously collaborated, and we were able to decide on where the lyrics could go, and I'm so happy with how that went. Whenever I sit down to write a song or write with anybody, whether it's myself or with somebody else, wow, that's tough. I don't sit down and like say, I'm gonna write a song about this today. I let whatever is to come out of me come out. Or if I'm riding with somebody, it come out of us. So yeah. Right behind, yeah.
So kind of piggybacking off of that, with that song, the chorus of that song is heaven or hell, wherever I go, all is well with my soul, which is a very different take than normal all is well songs. Where does that, what is that meaning to you? Where did that come from?
Yeah, so people have had some questions about that lyric specifically. People think that I'm saying that whether I go to heaven or whether I go to hell, that I'm fine with it. And that's definitely not what I mean. What I mean is whether you're going through hell on earth or you're in a place that feels like heaven on earth, everything's going to be okay. You know? It's surprising to me that people think that that's what I mean. But at the end of the day, you can't control what people think. So, but yeah, that's what it means.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How many guitars on stage are yours? I've been wondering.
Yes.
4.
Okay, well, first of all, in case you're wondering, the train horn is hovering around the beat. That's the figure it out. Secondly, I'm just curious how many octaves your voice covers. You have a huge range.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I lost a bit of my falsetto over the years. I stopped using it. I was like, I'll just be a bass. Forget about falsetto. So I don't have as much falsetto as I used to have. So I think it's, on a good day, it's 5 octaves, but every day it's 4 octaves, for sure. And what I'm happy about is that the 4 octaves are all usable. It's not like, well, I don't sing up there, or I can't sing down there. It's, all of it is something that I can use. So I appreciate that. Right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's a question you always expect to answer and you never get?
Oh, interesting.
I don't think that I have that. I don't think that I'm like, man, I wonder if anybody's gonna ask me that question today. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't have the answer. Do you have another question? You can think on it. I don't put you on the spot. Of course. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for your loss. Right there.
So can we vote on where you go for barbecue?
Okay, so here's my dilemma. My dilemma is that I can't eat until after the show. So really, I have to do whatever's open, and there aren't a lot of places that are open after the show, which is after 10. So
We can call.
if y'all want to give me barbecue, I'm not gonna stop you. Believe me, that is something I will not stop someone giving me barbecue. But I am actually curious, what would you say? Because I've been to a lot of places here, and I'd be interested to see what you would say.
Original Joe.
The Original Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one at the gas station, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That is very good barbecue. I'll be honest. Okay, I might upset some people. But, well, I'm not even gonna say how I feel about it, but how do you all feel? And I could, the numbers I'm not sure, but Q39, is it 39 or 42 or 18? 39?
Yeah.
Nailed it. How does everybody feel about it? Horrible? Amazing? Not great? Joe's is better. All right, everybody hates it. Okay, I won't do it. If I can get Joe's, that is what I would choose, for sure. Say, what was that? Okay, is it gonna get heated in here? Okay.
No,
Did Jack, okay, now question here. I can talk about barbecue all day. Best ribs between those two. Okay. Well, if Joe shows up at my doorstep, I know who to thank.
where you
Right back there. Yeah, you. Mm-hmm.
I would just like to thank you for all of us that deal with depression, being able to sit and listen to your music, being grounded, and felt like we've been heard and understood, and that you're not
Yeah,
and
amen.
fan base has a tremendous ability to comfort one another, even they're not able to go to the concert. No one out around or like
Thank you so much for saying that. That's all I want, you know? That is the goal. That is the goal for me. So thank you so much for saying that. I really, really appreciate it. There was someone right in front of you who had a question too. Yes, you. Yes.
who's your favorite Lord of the Rings character?
I would say Treebeard. Didn't expect that, did you? But I mean, how could it not be? I am Treebeard. Way back there. You know, man, I think that it's so interesting that people just think that the low notes are always there, always the same, because they're not. They're not always the same. I think that I've been able to be able to work with what I've got every day. So, you know, some days like, you know, those days when you wake up and you just feel like you're the most powerful bass in the world. Yes, those are good days. But it's not always that way. So regardless of which way I go, and honestly in this show, when I wake up that way, I get a little worried because I have to sing really, really high. So, you know, at the end of the day, I just kind of work with that. You can't force it, you know what I mean? You can't. The best thing that I can say is that just hydrate yourself, you know, don't let acid reflux get you. And hopefully your vocal cords will work how you would want them to. But sometimes it just doesn't. It's just weird. But a little trick, if you need the low notes before a show, take a nap. This is the way.
Hello.
Hello.
This is my first at Kaplan show. Very happy to be here, VIP, and to be able to talk to you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you for your music and thank you for your voice, and also this is my sister-in-law Hannah. I said if you called on me, I would introduce you to her. She's been to countless shows, and your music means so much to her, and so if I promise you, it means a lot.
Thank you very much.
I'm so excited to hear you tonight.
Thank you. And Hannah, it's great to meet you. I feel like we've met before, but it's great to meet you again in this way. Right there. Yep. Hello. Thank you. I heard, what does meditation mean to you? But then the second half I didn't hear. How do I meditate? Yeah, that's a big question. Meditation, what does it mean to me? To me, I see it as a form of prayer. That's how I see it and feel it. And also a way to stop the voices inside of my head that go to a negative place. You know, obviously. But it's both of those things to me. And I do both simultaneously. And I know that's not necessarily something that people do all the time, but that is what I do. So that's what it means to me. It's just my way of connecting to the spiritual side, and also disconnecting from the things that try to get me down in the material world, you know? This world is a little tough to live in sometimes, and I think that we get dragged down by things that we don't necessarily need to be dragged down by. And I think that when you're able to still your mind, that you can see that perspective, and that you should not be dragged down by those things. So I hope that answers your question. Say that one more. I can't hear you. It comes out of you during that? Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, that happens for me as well. And then right next to you.
Who's that person you love to collaborate with?
I would love to sing the third part of Simon and Garfunkel. Or the fourth part of Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Either way, I'd be a happy man. I hope one of those happens someday. Right there. Mm-hmm. Which of the books are my favorite?
Oh.
I think the first one. Because I know it's a bit slow, but it really sets up the whole story, and I'll just never forget reading that for the first time and just thinking how cool it was, you know, that you could just go into that world. So yeah, I'd say that one. Seeing the what? Oh. Okay, I'll do a little bit. Far over the misty mountains cold, 2 dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away ere break of day to find our long forgotten gold. That's it. Thank you. Right there.
Which of your instruments do you have a special connection with, and do you name them?
Okay, so I don't really name my instruments. I only named my first one. I'll show you. This is Lady Love. And I bought this guitar when I was 15. I saved up a year to buy it. And yeah, it was the first really nice guitar that I ever bought. So I have a huge connection to this one. And then the other guitar that I have a huge connection to is the guitar that I'm playing in First Place I Go. That guitar was actually my uncle's guitar, and he gave it to me. And so yeah, that one means a lot to me as well. Right there. Yes, you. Favorite key to write in? I don't think I have a favorite key to write in, but I think that there are a lot of songs in C in the set, mostly C minor. Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite key to writing, but maybe if I looked at all the keys in my songs, maybe I would have an answer. I haven't done that yet. Right there. Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite song to cover?
Favorite song to cover? Well, my go-to karaoke is Ain't No Sunshine. So I would say that, and I would say, if it wasn't that, I would say Man of Constant Sorrow.
Oh, I love that.
I like doing my version of that. It's fun. Right there.
I have a gift for you. How can I get it to you?
So if anybody has any gifts, which nobody needs to have any gifts, you all are the gifts. But if you do have any, you can give them to Ben back there. He's waving his hand. There he is. And I will get them.
Hi, Dan.
Right there.
I was wondering, what two artists would you have collaborate apart from yourself?
Say it one more time.
What two artists would you have collaborate with each other apart from yourself?
Oh, wow, that's a very interesting question. I would have loved to have heard Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young collaborate with Terry Reid. And if nobody knows who Terry Reid is, does anybody know who Terry Reid is? Okay. Do yourself a favor, go on YouTube, because you can't find it anywhere else, and listen to the album Seed of Memory by Terry Reid. Terry Reid was actually Jimmy Page's first choice for Led Zeppelin, but he was on tour at the time, so he couldn't join the band, so they got Robert Plant. And Terry Reid is super unknown, but unbelievably talented. And he was around the same time as Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and that record was actually produced by Graham Nash. So listen to that record tonight or tomorrow, or whenever you have time, but it's unbelievable. He's one of my favorite singers in the whole world. So that's what I'd say. Right there.
So you talked about a lot of different places in nature you like, but what is your favorite type of nature?
That's tough. I would say first choice would be like a mountainous forest, like above the Alpine. And then I would say second would be the desert. Yeah, there's nothing like the desert. Right there.
How would you spend your last day on Earth?
Whoa.
Some deep
Whoa.
questions. Eating barbecue.
Yeah, that would be involved. All right, so I would go up to my favorite spot in the mountains, my whole family. We'd have a big barbecue meal. I would cook it. And we would listen to music and hike and hang out, laugh and be merry. That's all I need. It's a beautiful question. Almost made me cry. Right there.
What color are your eyes?
What color are my eyes?
Yeah.
They change.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, they change a lot depending on what I'm wearing. I don't know what they are today, but it goes between green and blue. And then there's some orange and brown in the middle with freckles as well. But yeah, they change. Yeah. Right there. I heard early childhood memory. Oh, my earliest childhood memory is seeing the ocean for the first time. That's amazing. I did too. Yeah, I still like it. I don't remember, but I was probably around 3. Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah. Right there.
What's your favorite or best music making memory?
Writing a song or on stage?
Whatever.
Ooh. Well, you gotta narrow it down. Both? Well, the first one that came to mind in terms of writing was Writing on My Way. It just totally flowed out of me. I would say second favorite would be when I wrote Full Moon.
Oh, I
That
love
one flowed out of me as well. Yeah, those chords, I just remember like fiddling around on the guitar a little bit and coming across those chords, and I was like, this is nice. This is really nice. And so yeah, those for writing. For performing, the first one that came to mind was actually really recent. So obviously we took a break for like 2.5 years, and then we went to Europe, and we did Manchester, London. It was our first show, and I'll never ever forget the joy that was in that room. And people singing and smiling and laughing and just so much joy. And I just could not help but feel so much gratitude and happiness. And I will never forget that feeling. And one of the things that I love about singing for people is that there's this energy exchange, you know, where I'm putting out something and you all are throwing something back. And this continual energy change is like, or exchange is, it's unbelievable. And I don't know if you all think about that as audience members, but it's something that I really think about and that I really try to be intentional about when I'm singing. And so that's the first thing that came to mind. It honestly gets me amped up about the show tonight. So I'm really excited. Okay.
Favorite smell?
Favorite smell? All right, so I know exactly what this is. No, it's not what you think it would be. And actually, well, I'm not gonna point her out. My cousin's here. I'm not gonna point her out, but she knows this smell. So out in the Mojave Desert, where we grew up playing around, there's this really, really amazing sage. And when that sage has rainfall on it, the smell is like nothing you've ever experienced. It is such a beautiful smell, and there's nothing like it. And you can smell the sage without the rain, but when you have the two together, it's a miracle. You know, I mean, desert rain is a miracle in general, right? But those two things together, there's nothing like that. Right there.
Okay, so this is my first time that I've listened to your music like, she was obsessed with Pentatonic, she was obsessed with you, and I'm not obsessed with you like Trey. But I have to tell you that our father died 4 years ago, yesterday. And you actually reached out to me to tell you how much your music soothed her during that time. And you were so amazing to actually take the time to reach back out to her and thank her. And that meant so much to me. Right at that time, this little child was here and never together. Wow. The other thing I wanted to tell you was my daughter lives in Texas. And to listen to you as successful as you are, having dealt with depression, means so much to the moms and the dads that have watched their children suffer. So I want you to know that you are an incredible inspiration to people in all aspects out there. I didn't have a question, I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you so much for saying that. I really can't tell you how much that means to me. You know, when I was growing up and I had anxiety, I was like so embarrassed by it. And I didn't think that anybody else struggled with it. No one really talked about it when I was growing up. And now I feel like people talk about it a lot, and I think it's really important for people to be honest about it when they have it, because it's even worse when you feel like you're alone in it, or you feel like you're crazy, or that there's something wrong with you, or that nobody else goes through it but you. So I'm intentional about that, and so I appreciate you saying that. It's something that's really important to me, and I'm happy that I've been able to help in some way. So thank you for saying that. All right, so I just heard that doors are about to open. I'll do one more question. Right back there. Favorite song of all time? My favorite song of all time is Upwards Over the Mountain by Iron and Wine. Yeah, that song, I believe music is medicine, and that song is my medicine. So, that's what I'd say. Before I leave you all, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming out here today, for doing this with me. I'm not a social media guy. It's not my way to connect with people. And so being able to connect with you all on this level, person to person, in person, it feels so much better to me. And so I appreciate you all giving me the opportunity and to just hold space for me and to just hang out with me for a little bit. But more than anything, for supporting me. Like, I get to live my dream because you all are showing up here, you know? And that is no small thing. So I just want to thank you, and I'm going to thank the audience later on tonight, but y'all are here now, and y'all paid a little extra money, and I just really appreciate you, you know?
Appreciate you.
So thank you all so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'm excited to have that energy exchange with y'all. So thank you.